everyone, welcome to the second episode on my channel. So it is about the second RCP exhaust time attack event that was held in Koszalin in the northwest of Poland. So not my favorite track, I'll say it up front. So slow, bumpy. I never figured it out. On this racetrack in Koszalin, when you have a petrol car, you often need to use 3 gears. There are slow corners, so you need to use the first gear to get you out of this corner quickly. And on some straights, you need to be using the 3rd gear. So it's quite demanding. You need to shift gears a lot. So I thought that with my EV, I would be really quick, that it would be advantages that I don't have gears or I have just 1 gear, and as well the instant torque, that it would be pulling me out of the slow corners really quick. The first thing I had to figure out on the new track, as usual, is the charging. So how to charge the car in between the sessions. So I have a 15 kilowatt hours battery in my Sonic 7. So if I use half of it for one session, I need to be charging for a full capacity of the onboard charger, which is a 1-phase charger, not 3-phase chargers, for about an hour. So to do that, this is a 7 kilowatts charger, so I need to be drawing 32 amps to recharge the car properly in between the sessions. A bit of a bummer at the beginning. So where the paddock was, where all the cars were parked, there was a lovely retro fuse box, but it refused to comply. I was only drawing 20 amps, so not enough to recharge. So I had to actually relegate myself to the outside parking when there was a proper fuse box with 32 amps. So a sort of a, EV car social distancing thing that I had to do. So the first session started superbly. It was mega fun, Oversteer everywhere. I was playing with car's balance, sideways all day long. Somehow later on I had the thought that every car I bring to this track, the rear dances around, wagging tail again, just like I did in Toyota last year. Corner entry, corner exit, you name it, like a happy puppy. So started well on the first session. I have beaten my time from last year, so it is already an achievement. I got 5th in the rank, so great start, I thought. So right now I just work on the smoothness and just work to get even better times at the end of the day. This day was an issue day. So sideways is fun, it's super fun. Sideways is good when you want to rotate the car into the turn, but usually sideways is slow, grip is fast. On the corner entry, I have recently upgraded the brakes to a smaller master cylinder to get the better feel for the brake pedal. And the problem was that it just ruined the brake balance, and I was braking too much on the rear wheels. I have an adjuster, but I ran out of range. It was still braking too much on the rear. So this means that with the braking, obviously, you could brake on the straight steering wheel, but it resulted that on the braking I was sliding on the corner entry quite a lot. The issue on lack of traction on the corner exit, which was fun, but again not fast. Not sure what has happened. I normally have a camber well set up, nearly 3 degrees of camber, but in the end I've noticed after the track day that I only had 1 degree and 40 of camber, so it looks like it was not enough. I need to investigate what has happened, whether there is some issue with the suspension. But now the biggest problem of this day. So the problem, I need to do a bit of a tech talk before. So in an EV car, you have a device called inverter, because your batteries supply electric current, and the inverter needs to convert this direct current into the alternating current, because most of the electric motors, and this Tesla motors indeed, they are 3-phase motors, so they need 3-phase alternating current. So those inverters are really good devices, great efficiency, but if you imagine the peak power of the engine is 200 kilowatts, so even if the efficiency of the inverter is 95%, it means that it generates about 10 kilowatts of heat in this instant. 10 kilowatts, you can picture that as 5 house heaters that you're using during the winter. So quite a lot of heat. But obviously there is a cooling system there. There's even a radiator there and a pump, so the fluid flows. The problem was that it was It was one of the hottest day of the year by far. There were short breaks in between sessions, which normally is good. It means a lot of driving, less waiting, and as the track is slow, the natural flow of air was not enough to cool down the radiator, and basically the overheating, the inverter was overheating and it was cutting the power. So the way it works is that inverter cuts off with 80 degrees, and I've noticed that in between the sessions I was not cooling down the fluid enough, and I had 40, even going up to 50 degrees. So basically the operating temperature of the inverter is only 30 degrees Celsius. So imagine inverter generating three-phase current, and you are at the corner exit, you start accelerating, but when you accelerate the temperatures goes up, and after half of the second, after a second, it needs to cut down the power abruptly because it has reached 80 degrees. So it only operates in between this range of 40, 50 to 80 degrees Celsius. In this particular case, the inverter was cutting the power on the second session and other sessions on certain straights even twice. So it was not fun, it was slow, but anyway, it's a project car, so you deal with the issues as you go along. In the end, I've managed to run all the sessions, but the times were not great. I managed to get on the podium in my class, so in the super class, but not on the podium in overall. And I tried not to get frustrated by the day, so I had plenty of fun. You know, sideways is fun. I will figure out this track one day, I promise, and I will bring a well-prepped car. In the meantime, would you like to see the best lap?